hi. I'm Jeremy Boring, CEO and God King of the Daily Wire.
You're fired. Get out.
Oh, hey, I'm Jeremy Boring, CEO of Daily Wire and founder of Jeremy's Razors. Woke razor companies love to take your money while trampling on your values. Me, I just love your money.
The Daily Wire is going bankrupt. They tried to trick Tim Pool into joining their organization in an all-stock deal. What is going on? Yesterday, I gave the benefit of the doubt to former Daily Wire CEO Jeremy Boring, saying, although it is extremely rare for a CEO to voluntarily step down, we didn't really know anything yet. But the reaction after the fact that Brett Cooper danced on his grave, we already knew Candace was not exactly thrilled with Daily Wire, but Brett Cooper hadn't said anything yet. Well, she torched him. Candace Owens torched him. And it definitely looks like there's some spiciness going on here, far more than anyone thought. I don't know how you have $1 billion valuation and go bankrupt, but I guess it happens all the time. Let's look at some of this wild news. By the way, it wouldn't be a Daily Wire video if I didn't tell you. Buy Jeremy's cookbooks. I mean, you guys know I make these hilarious meme cookbooks with recipes like Nancy Pelosi's gin-soaked drizzle cake, Donald Trump's spicy margarita. Not only are the recipes delicious, but they're also hilarious, like Harry Sisson's sassy chicken, Cackling Kamala's cake pops. Well, we're putting together right now a massive fundraiser, mega mixology, which will have close to 100 recipes in it. You can buy it signed, you can buy it unsigned, you can buy last. The tailgates for Trump for the summer. 100% of the proceeds are going to building us a new studio, which we really, really hope that we can roll out this fall before Christmas time. Break ground maybe this summer, but I definitely need your help. This makes a great gift. Mother's Day is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. Go ahead and pre-order it at the link in the description, or just go to thequartering.com/shop, and you should be able to get it there. I want to start with some interesting reactions from Brett Cooper. So here is Axios saying Daily Wire CEO Jeremy Boring to step down, and here's what Brett Cooper wrote. This is basically Jimmy Kimmel trying not to laugh. Pretty funny. I mean, that is pretty telling. That is very telling. Then she wrote, genuinely excited to see where Ben and Caleb take the company next. That tells you all you need to know. He was the reason, and he was the reason that she left. We now know that is true. It was about money. She didn't like Jeremy Boring, and that's why she left. She didn't leave because she wanted to go do other fun things. By the way, Brett Cooper, if you watch this, get your rear end on Rumble too. Not saying you have to leave YouTube, but I'm saying you should stop by Rumble. Little old me, had the largest stream in the world yesterday. 55,500 live viewers in my 1 o'clock Eastern hour show. So there's definitely lots of people on Rumble. This is pretty funny. Abby Libby gets butthurt about it. Classless, Brett. What do you mean classless? Sydney Watson hitting her with the eyeballs. Kangman hitting her with the AO. It's pretty funny. Gerald writing interesting. You got to understand that there is actually a lot. There is a lot. There is a lot going on there. Because now we know. Now we know. Candace Owens retweeting Brett Cooper. So, obviously we know what's going on there. Also writing exactly 1 year ago today, I found out I was being let go from the Daily Wire. Life comes at you fast. Today on the show, we discussed the announcement that Jeremy Boring is leaving Daily Wire. There's much to be said. So she talked about that. Then we had Ian Carroll, who, he is largely known for digging up a lot of dirt, in particular around Israel and Jewish folks, I guess, where a lot of his popular stuff is on TikTok. But he's also he's been right in the past about a lot of other scoops that like have nothing to do with that. I'm not going to play his whole 8-minute video, but he says that Daily Wire tried to buy Tim Pool, or that Tim Pool would try to buy. This is crazy.
The Daily Wire is going bankrupt, allegedly, and Jeremy Boring.
Now, there is a fact that he says the word allegedly 9,000 times in a 9-minute video, but I know that the Daily Wire is litigious, so, is
officially out as CEO. That's right. The self-proclaimed God King of the Daily Wire is at the heart of so many scandals. And yes, he is self-described as the God King. And the email just went out today internally that he is stepping down, and now Axios is covering the story. It has not yet broken, as far as I'm aware, that private equity is moving in and looking to buy up the Daily Wire. I heard, rumor mill, that Silver Lake Capital is looking to buy them up. And Silver Lake, you guys might want to watch this video before you think too hard about it, because there's a lot that is not in the public square right now. We're about to get into stuff like canceled credit cards, lying to the press, trying to trick Tim Pool. As far as I can tell from my sources, even people inside of the Daily Wire only know part of the story, and they're all kind of getting played against each other. It's a whole mess. And the most important part of this mess is that the Daily Wire has a long history of treating their employees like shit. And so I've had numerous sources inside the Daily Wire for quite some time because everyone hates them, even their own people. That's not to mention the numerous sources outside of the Daily Wire that did not take the NDA money on the way out. Like, I had people literally in my comments on Instagram offering to give me dirt on the Daily Wire because they hated the Daily Wire so much. It's out of control.
Okay.
And it all centers around the God King and his fucking massive ego and his lifelong desire to be a famous actor and make it in Hollywood, which he failed at originally years and years and years ago. And so once the Daily Wire was off the ground, he just couldn't help but try to turn the Daily Wire into a Hollywood movie studio and
Now, this is something I talked about yesterday. Some of the films that the Daily Wire pumped out or purchased and released early on seems like were Fast and Furious. And then they came out with Am I Racist, which I would assume was a financial success. But the stuff on Bent Key, which was a huge product launch, not much going on there. And people are paying a lot of money for that. So perhaps maybe they're massively over budget. Perhaps he is taking the fall for that falling apart.
Produce the Pendragon series. Note that this article is from 2023. And he said that he had dreamt of bringing this book to the screen for 25 years. It was due to stream exclusively on Daily Wire Plus in 2024. Why didn't that happen? That's a good question. And that leads to us talking about all the Daily Wires.
Things get delayed all the time. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here and be fair,
Employees' credit cards getting frozen, allegedly. Just to first set the stage, though, producing a Hollywood movie is like a huge multi-million dollar undertaking. It is not the same as filming Ben Shapiro talking really fast at liberals. So I've actually been collecting information on this story for quite some time here, and now that it has officially broken in the news, I think my sources are a little safer to talk about this. Because they're portraying it as though Jeremy Boring is willingly stepping back to work on creative projects.
I don't buy that either. And in my original coverage, I did not buy that. CEOs, especially ones with massive egos, do not step down willingly.
Like the Pendragon cycle, and that he'll remain with the company in an advisory role. My sources are telling me that the Pendragon cycle is being moved off-site and out of the Daily Wire's physical purview because they're not letting Jeremy Boring back in the building right now, apparently.
Whoa.
Jeremy Boring was 100% allegedly forced out, not a willing leave. And that's because this financial problem has been going on for years. They had recently had to table all projects and do a hiring freeze because there was no money in the bank, allegedly. All the way back in 2023, Jeremy and Ben Shapiro apparently had to put money into the Daily Wire, their own personal money, to rescue it. That money has not been reimbursed, and it is all gone.
Allegedly.
The Pendragon cycle is over budget by like $50 million or something, allegedly.
If that's true, $50 million is a lot of dimp. I'm trying to sell cookbooks to build an office. I like that project is going to cost a couple $100,000. I can't imagine. Don't forget, please pre-order Cookbook. And if you didn't get Tailgates for Trump, the summer version, get that too. It's on sale. Get the bundle. It'll ship. We're shipping in the end of April, probably. Not probably. We'll definitely start shipping at the end of April.
And at the end of 2024, this problem got so bad that Jeremy Boring apparently started lying to the press to try to drum up interest for a sale. This is when conveniently it leaked that Fox News was considering buying the Daily Wire. That was never in the works.
Of course
that
it
was
wasn't.
just to try to drum up interest so that hopefully someone else would rescue their asses. I've heard that the Murdochs actually personally hate Jeremy Boring, allegedly, just like pretty much everyone else. Like even Ben Shapiro and Jeremy Boring, it sounds like there's a huge rift between them from what I'm hearing. There's even rumors that I can't confirm quite yet that Ben Shapiro hired his own PR person like months ago. Brett
That's
Cooper
possible.
was basically like their last profitable endeavor right now.
That's not true. Matt Walsh, I'm sure, is.
Now, I assume they make a little bit off Matt Walsh, but I'm not quite sure and I can't.
A little bit. I'm sure they made millions of dollars on his movie. I guess I can't be wrong, but I think if you look at the moneymakers at Daily Wire, it's Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh. It was Brett Cooper. Certainly the comment section is completely toast now. I mean, I haven't checked it, but this is pretty like, let's actually check. Let's check in on the old comment section. Let's see. Let's see how we're doing. 13,000 views, 17,000 views. Oof. This show used to get 500,000 views per episode. Let's check out Brett Cooper. I don't know how she's been doing. Let's see. Yeah, 250,000. 5 days ago, it had 1 million views. This has got 700,000. This has got 500,000. She's still averaging a million views per episode. So she's doing just fine.
Confirm. Their election coverage during the 2024 election absolutely bombed.
That's
Sounds like
true.
just like most Daily Wire products, they dropped a shitload of money into production and did not nearly recoup the costs.
That's
so
true.
So then you remember when Tim Pool was
Probably.
like kind of like rearranging his business and all sorts of weird stuff was happening there? I don't even know if Tim knows this yet directly, but it sounds like the Daily Wire was trying to manipulate him into buying the Daily Wire.
That's also not true. I confirmed that myself, but he did issue a correction.
The Daily Wire
said the Daily Wire was allegedly trying to buy out Tim Pool's platform in an all-stock deal, not sell the Daily Wire to him. Just clarify with the source I had misunderstood originally. As far as I'm sure the rest is correct. Well, you know, I know Tim, and he could put the money together probably to buy Daily Wire in its current set. Tim is wildly profitable. He is a extremely shrewd businessman. I know for a fact. Look how long it took him to do a deal with Rumble. Something that should have been like a match made in heaven. So there's no way this dude that Tim ever would have taken this deal. But this story is getting pretty spicy. Make sure you follow this account or you subscribe to stay up to date. Please do check out our mega mixology book. I'm going to have some sample recipes for you guys. I'm going to share on some live streams and stuff like that this week as we're working on the next revision of it. It goes to a good cause. And if you haven't picked up the Tailgates for Trump Special Edition one, grab that too. Link in the description or just thequartering.com/shop. We'll talk to you again real soon.